Okay, so now we are going to talk about blogging. What is blogging all about? Well, blogging is writing, but in an informal way. Anybody can blog basically. Once you have an opinion, you can blog. All you need is an opinion. All you need is, hey, a way of looking at something. And once you can put that way of looking at something into writing, you started a blog. So blogging is not a difficult thing. It's not something that you need a kind of special skill set for. Once you can write, you can blog. That's what I believe. So for those of you who are bloggers, blogging has come a long way in Ghana and in Africa in general. I mean, back in the early 2000s, if you asked anybody that what's blogging about, they'll just be, they'll just be giving you a strange look, because we didn't really have bloggers in Africa like that. We didn't really have bloggers in Ghana. We had the little under G ones, but people didn't really understand how you can make money from blogging. Why do you waste your time writing? What's the essence of it? Do you just like writing about things? And I think that's one of the main things you should start with. As a blogger, you should have the passion for writing. You should have the passion for, you should have the passion for writing or telling stories in a very unique way. That's what bloggers do. Let me just give you a few tips about blogging so that probably if you are thinking about getting into blogging, this may help you really understand it and whether it's really for you. So the first tip is that write about something that you are very passionate about. Okay, don't just start a blog because everyone is doing this kind of blog. Everyone is doing entertainment blog. So yeah, me too. I'm also going to start an entertainment blog and blog about popular people and their lifestyles and all that. If you're not interested in that, there's no need to blog about it. There are so many different aspects that you can blog about. But the thing is that find a place that you are interested in. Be interested in what you are doing and be interested in the blog that you are blogging about. It's a very important thing. If not, you will not be able to continue that blog. You realize that after 2, 3, 4 months, you're just tired about the whole thing. It's like, you just feel fed up. You get it? So it's important to have a passion, have a genuine love for what you do. And when you do have that kind of passion for it, you're going to see a big difference. I believe that. The next important thing about being a blogger is to get a website. Yes, you can't be a blogger without a website. Don't get me wrong, there are free ones available. Wix and WordPress has some certain free ones that you can use, but those ones are not on your domain. You need a domain. You need a place where you can be creative. You need a place that is your own, that you can actually hone and say that, hey, this is my page, this is my website, this is my URL. Go there and get all the information about me. Because apart from having just your own URL, it's also good for SEO purposes. Because all the traffic that you'll be attracting if you had a free WordPress website, maybe your blog name .wordpress.com. That's okay, but if you really want to go into blogging seriously, then you should have your own website. And just because you're taking this course and probably you need a website, we are giving actually a 50% discount on WordPress websites. I'll put a link in this video below. So if you're interested, just click on it and then let us know that you are interested in getting a website and we'll help you out. We'll sort you out with that, okay? And I think you should have that website as soon as possible. The earlier, the better. All these things help with your ranking. If you've been there for a long time, if your domain has been around and you've been producing good content for a while, search engines automatically rank your domain as a credible source of information. They know that, this domain brings out content on a weekly basis every single week for the past 1 year or 2 months or 3 months. That shows credibility. Obviously, when someone should be searching for topics related to what you are looking for, what you are blogging about, it will be much easier for your website to show up, and that brings free traffic to your website. And that's just a short introduction to what search engine optimization is all about. So get a website. It's very important. The next thing you need to do as a blogger is to do search engine optimization research at least. I mean, it's not enough to just blog about anything and everything. Okay, you may be passionate about maybe making cakes, all right? Do people actually search for cakes online? And if they do search for cakes online, what do they search for? What do they type into the search box? You want to produce content around that area so that you'll see that just by doing that, you attract what we call organic traffic. These are people who just search for you organically that, hey, I'm really in this problem. I need to know how to do banana cake. By just typing that in, your website should show up to them. And when you do your SEO research right, you'll see that you'll be attracting a lot of traffic for free. You don't have to pay adverts for that kind of traffic. It just comes to you because you've optimized your website for search. You've gone far ahead of all the other bloggers who are just blogging about their passion. It's not just about blogging about, probably a cake, how I do my own cake or how I make my cake special. No one really cares about how you make your cake. What people care about is what is in the data, what people have actually been searching for. That shows you that this is what people care about. And as a smart blogger, you should create content in line with what people are searching for. That's how you get on top as a blogger. The next thing you need to do after doing all your SEO research is that you need to start creating content. Start creating content to match what people are looking for. Answer their questions. Okay? Normally, when you type in Google, you even see a lot of suggestions, and people also ask for box in Google. Those are very important things you should look at in relation to your main keywords. Okay? Know what people are looking for. Know the kind of questions that people are asking. And when you do, you can create content around that area so that you'll be able to answer them and get their traffic, get loyal people coming to your website because, hey, this website always answers my questions. This website gives me very valuable information that I need in this niche. Okay, so that's a very important thing. Another thing is that you need to create authoritative content. Create content that stands out. Content that makes you, content that a lot of research has gone into it. Because what we see nowadays is that bloggers just get up and, in 2-3 minutes, they finish their blog post, published it, people come to their website and they're happy. But you can do much more than that. You can do a lot of research. Look at different schools of thought concerning the matter. How does it affect the whole topic in general? Do a lot of research. Create content that's authoritative. Okay, what I call authoritative content. Content that makes you stand out. Content that you cannot be denied. People will just have to link to you as a source because this is well-researched content. So spend time creating content. Okay, normally when I'm creating content, I take at least an hour or two to create a simple blog post. That's a very simple one. But then if I want to create an authoritative blog post, it may take me days, I may take weeks to just produce one blog post because it's going to have a lot of data, a lot of research, and those are the kind of posts that go very far. So spend time creating that as well. I'm not saying create only that kind of content, but then have a mix, have a content plan, have a plan that, yeah, I'm going to create this, I'm going to create this. Have a plan for your blog. A lot of bloggers don't plan. It's like they just create their blog and, yeah, we have a blog, so hallelujah, praise God. And we just write whatever we want to write. No, you need a plan. You need to really plan what you're going to post, when you're going to post, how you're going to post, how you're going to share it. There's a lot of planning and research that needs to go into your blog if you want to have a successful one. Another thing is that you need to create unique content. Create content that only comes from you. Content that does not exist anywhere on the internet. And when I say content, I mean all aspects of content. Okay, in terms of your images, your write-up, your videos, create it. Okay, Africans have a knack of just taking stock images. Everything is stock. Your whole website is stock. The thing is that billions of websites have those images as well. So there's nothing really unique about your website. Your website is just like everyone else's. You get it? So it's important to create unique content. I worked on a website, getrooms.co, and there's a blog post that I worked on called Hostels Around KNUST. Well, what happened was that I actually needed to walk around all the hostels around KNUST, around ADRC, if you know that area. It's quite a big area, ADRC and Kote. I walked around all those areas, took images. I went around with my camera, took images of all the hostels, got all the details about them, had a write-up on every single hostel, a unique write-up. Everything was 100% unique. And it took me some weeks to get that blog post done. But then when I published that blog post, up to today, it's just bringing me in traffic. It's just bringing traffic into my website. Why? Because I've created something very unique, something we didn't exist. Google cannot get the pictures from anywhere. I'm the only person who has these pictures. And if anyone else needs them, they always come to me. You get it? And that raises the authoritativeness of my website. You get it? So as much as possible, create unique content. What does it hurt? You could even use your phone. You could even use your phone to get pictures. You may not need such a professional camera. You can do everything with just your mobile phone. Okay, so it's a very important thing. Create the content that you need. Create it. It's very important. Yes, another thing is that as a blogger, you need to be on Google Webmaster. Google Webmaster is an online platform that gives you a good overview of your website. They have what you call the Google Search Console, and that gives you an idea of what the kinds of keywords people are looking for your website, details about which pages are being searched for, or what keywords are being searched for in relation to your website and your industry. So it's very important information that you need to get. Also, you'll be able to index your pages directly through Google Webmaster. So it's very important to get on Google Webmaster as a website owner, so that probably when you release a blog post, you can easily go and index it on Google, even though it's being done automatically. Once you have the access to do it, and it can basically speed up the process much more. And it also gives you an idea of all the pages that are indexed by Google, so that you know that, oh, these pages, Google already has these pages of my website. You know, it gives you a very good overview of how your website is faring. The next thing is that you need to build a community. Okay, have a voice, have a certain kind of voice that people can relate with, that people can associate with. You know, be that kind of blog that is unique, not just a copy and paste kind of blog, but a blog that people can feel at home at. You know, I mean, yeah, certain websites I go to, and I mean, it's a community. They formed actually a community of people through their website. And you should always aim at that if you're a blogger. Aim at having that kind of community within your website. And one of the ways to get that community is to be natural. Be you. Be yourself. Okay? Be yourself. There's nothing to be shy about. Everybody is different in their own line. God created us all very differently. So be you. And I believe once you do that, you'll attract the right people to you. I think one of the most important things you must know about blogging is that blogging takes time. Yes, it takes time. Your blog is not gonna shoot up to thousands in traffic within probably a month or two. It may take years, it may take months in certain areas, depending on the kind of niche that you're in. But then know that it's gonna take time. The advantage that you have as an African or starting a blog in Africa is that not a lot of people have really embraced creation of content yet. So once you can create very good content, you can easily get up there. You can easily get the traffic that you're looking for. Internet penetration is growing in Africa. In Ghana, for example, it has grown exponentially every single year. And that's a very good sign. That shows that if you need to start blogging, then you need to start now. You need to start creating a community. You need to start producing all the things that I just talked about now. But know that it's going to take time. Let's start now.